On July 23rd, 2018, a reunion was taking place on Jacksonville's east side at Philip Randolph Park, with around 1,000 people in the area. The following Facebook video captured the moment that gunshots were fired in the crowd, causing a panic in the park.
It appears to show a woman running from gunfire at a block party in Jacksonville.
Action News Jax first broke this story last night. Police say a man was killed when dozens of rounds were fired on a Philip Randolph Boulevard. JSO told Action News Jax Brittany Donovan that 1,000 people were at the block party at that time.
It turns out that these shots had been fired at a man named Lawrence Davis, aka Trey D, aka 8. He was a close friend of Fulio's who would sadly pass away later in the hospital.
Has identified the 21-year-old man killed during a local reunion on the east side. Investigators said that Lawrence David was shot to death Saturday.
A few weeks after this, 6 Block tried to retaliate for Trey D's killing, an incident where 3 people were shot.
Okay, this is kind of funny. So Lil Popper actually copyright claimed this video before I took it live because he'd used the audio from this news report in a song and put it on Spotify without permission. So I can't show you the news report. And funnily enough, this claim obviously led me to discover that it was actually him that got shot in this incident, Lil Popper. He actually talks about it in the song Purple Heart, which I can't show you any of because he's copyrighted it, but there you go, fun fact.
It was also this month in July 2018 that a young man named Corbin would go missing, and he wouldn't be heard from again for an entire year.
Where is Corbin Johnson? The 18-year-old's parents say they dropped him off last week at a job interview and they never saw him again. Now, if you're thinking maybe the teenager just ran away, Jacksonville police say they don't think so.
Corbin's parents say they have no idea where their son is after his friends called looking for him too. His parents say their son often hung out with friends on the city's east side of town.
Now, unfortunately, also as we get towards the end of 2018, young Ace would unfortunately find himself back in jail again for violating his probation. But what did he do to violate it? He went to the mall without permission. Ace turned himself in, posting a social media clip telling his fans that by the time you see this, I'll already be in jail.
I'm out this bitch now. I ain't gonna lie. Shit, when I post this video, I'd be in jail right now. I already knew this shit would come though. They don't wanna never see a nigga win, they wanna see a nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I knew this was coming. But yeah, they done took me to jail. If you see the video, I'm already in jail. Shit.
Meanwhile, Fulio is continuing to make music and pick up a buzz. It's actually around this time that he drops his 6th Toven project with Zaytoven, as well as the song Dirk's Story, a tribute to that fallen friend of his that passed in 2014, where he told the story of them going from enemies to friends and saying that Dirk was set up. In that song, Fulio also expressed hurt he felt for the murders of his cousin Zion and Trey D, with the music video for Dirk's Story being a basic but very moving montage of throwback pics of Fulio and his friends. However, Fulio would soon go from mourning death to celebrating it, as another significant escalation in this feud would come on the 16th of January 2019. On this day, Young and Ace would release the song 2 Times Screamin', an emotional track reflecting on that night where his bros, including 2 Times, were murdered. However, on that very same day, only months after being released from jail on a whopping 10-year sentence, ATK affiliate Willie Addison, aka Boss Goon, is performing at the Paradise Club in Spring Park on Bat Meadows. However, after he finished performing, he gets into a car and leaves the venue with his blood brother Queso, their father, and 3 other friends. But when that car gets to Emerson Street near Spring Park Road, another car pulls up, opening fire on the packed Chevy Tahoe, with all 6 people inside the car getting hit. Boss Goon unfortunately didn't make it, with his father describing on the news the grisly scene as he drove the whole car to the hospital after they were shot up.
He was in the truck with 5 other people. His dad, Abdul Robinson, was driving.
I guess 2 or 3 cars pulled up on the side of us, shot inside our car over 100 times, killed my son in the front seat, shot my son in the back, in the head 3 times, shot my nephew several times, a couple more passengers in there were shot several times, numerous of times, and I drove all the way from there to Memorial Hospital, shot in the back myself twice.
The murder of Boss Goon was nearly worse than the Ace hit. With 6 people in that car all being hit, it's actually a miracle that 5 of them even survived. Which is why it's doubly disrespectful that immediately after this incident, Fulio was mocking the recently deceased Boss Goon on social media heavily, saying horrible things like he deserved it.
Family and friends tell me he did not
That fuck nigga deserved to die. Bitch ass.
As well as showing off a pack saying that he is smoking on Willie.
The American Pie, that's what we gonna call him, the American Pie Willie. He ain't make it. Willie Wallow, he ain't make it.
Ironically, Willie's father told the news following his son's murder that he wouldn't be seeking revenge.
He wants people to know he's not retaliating for the murder of his son.
I want justice for my son. I'm not sending nobody out there. They got, quote unquote, I'm supposed to have hits.
Well, maybe he's not going for revenge, but the same couldn't be said for his other son, Queso. In the weeks that followed the murder of Boss Goon, there were deadly shootouts between both of these crews. And 2 weeks after Boss Goon's assassination, 50-year-old Damon Rothermel was shot and killed while riding his bike on Emerson Street. An innocent bystander apparently hit by a stray bullet fired during a shootout between 2 cars involved in this beef.
Shortly after 1 p.m. Thursday, Emerson Street became a major crime scene following a deadly shooting. Witnesses say it sounded like a gun battle between 2 parties in separate vehicles. By the time the gunfire ended and the shooters were long gone, a bicyclist was found in the street on the ground. Witnesses say he had been hit by gunfire. The man was pronounced dead at the scene.
Now, the cops would later charge Dominique Barner from ATK with the shooting of this bystander. And remember that for later because it's important. Because Barner wasn't arrested for that crime for over a year. And over this period of time, he would allegedly continue to be a serious shooter for the ATK side. Now, naturally, all of this activity in the streets attracted the attention of the JSO Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, who swept up numerous KTA affiliates who had been seen in music videos toting guns in what was known as Operation Wrap Up.
6 people arrested in Operation Wrap Up. Right now, police are searching for 3 others.
This is some pictures of videos that they've had, and you can see in these pictures that these men or these teenagers actually have guns and they're pointing at the screen. Now, the sheriff says that these 9 people, even though they're still looking for 3, can be linked to some very serious crimes, recent crimes here in Jacksonville.
However, they clearly didn't get the most motivated of shooters, because allegedly in February 2019, Queso would avenge his fallen brother by taking the life of a KTA affiliate incredibly close to Fulio, killing a 16-year-old boy with probably the most famous name associated with this entire beef, Bibby.